Hello, welcome to Dream Big and Succeed with Sunday Ezekiel. Today is another brand new day. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, and sharing our previous videos. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm going to continue from my last teaching here, Principles of Strategic Influence. And this is part 2, Principles of Strategic Influence. Part 2, how to influence people to succeed. It's important to note that leadership is influence, and positive influence is essentially to make life better for other people. Now, in this segment, we want to focus on this aspect of how to influence others with the head, the heart, and the hands. How to influence others with the head, the heart, and the hands. These are some principles I learned from my leadership coach, Anthony Robbins. Now, please listen attentively. Now, learning how to influence people is not just for leaders of big organizations, great companies, or large political movement. You can influence others for the greater good in everyday interaction, even if you are not in a leadership role. Now, here are 3 proven ways to influence people on a daily basis, talking about what I mentioned with the head, the heart, and the heart. So let's look at influencing people with the head. When you make logical appeals, you are influencing others with the head. This taps into the rational part of their brain. You can influence them by appealing to their organizational beliefs, the benefits of your proposition, or by presenting facts from a recognized authority. You see, you have something you're using to influence them. Like I said, you can influence them by appealing to their organizational beliefs, what they believe in, the benefit of your proposition, or by presenting facts from a recognized authority. That is how to influence with the head. Secondly, influence with the heart. These types of appeals connect with a person's emotions. They can promote good feelings or trigger empathy for those who are suffering. You see, emotional appeals hinge on the values of those you are trying to influence, as well as their sense of belonging. Influencing with the heart is often effective when you are trying to raise funds for a project, or sourcing for investors for a project, or recruiting for an organization, especially a non-profit organization that's looking for people who can volunteer what they have their time to be part of what you're doing. Okay? All right, the next point is influence with the hands. Influencing others with the hands involves cooperative appeals centered on collaboration and teamwork. You are reaching out to others, seeking their input, and encouraging everyone within a particular group to work together. Collaborating to achieve a goal that benefits the greater good is a powerful influencer, especially when you are working towards making massive lasting change. How do you know which type of appeal to use when influencing others? This is a very good question we need to ask now. We talk about influence with the head, the heart, and the hands. Then how do you know what type of appeal to use in influencing people? It's based on the situation, your audience, on how strong you are in each area. You see, before you talk to the person or people you hope to influence, determine what you know about them and which tactics will work most effectively. In some cases, combining 2 or more of these appeals is appropriate. Influencing others is about working with people you have no authority over. When it comes from a place of empathy, compassion, and a desire to elevate everyone to a higher level, Influence helps make the world a better place. Leaders change the state of others and the world around them by telling an effective story. They say what they mean, care about those they are influencing, and know how to tailor their approach to individuals or specific groups. They inspire others with their vision and by putting their plans into action. Okay? Now let's look at other qualities of influence that leaders must possess as we go on in this teaching. Courage and faith to act. See, having courage means you are afraid of a task and you do it anyway. And having faith means you are able to work towards a challenging goal because you believe it serves a greater good. Leaders have the ability to tap into both. They also know how to influence people to embrace the same courage and faith. It is not that leaders don't experience fear, they just know how to dance with it instead of letting it ruin their lives. Let me say that again. It is not that leaders don't experience fear, it is just that they know how to dance with it instead of letting the fear ruin their lives. Think about the difference between fear and faith. They are both made up of ideas. Fear is just undirected imagination, while faith is imagination directed consciously for the greater good. So, extraordinary leaders understand this concept and know how to use it when influencing others. They have the courage to act and take risks along with the faith that somehow, even when something seems challenging, they will have the courage to get back up after they failed. This inspires others to dance with their own fear and create a domino effect that sparks lasting change. Okay? The next point we're looking at is insanely persistent yet flexible in their approach. That's quality of being insanely persistent and flexible in the approach. That is a quality of mixing persistence with flexibility. These have to go hand in hand or hand in gloves. All great leaders continue to learn with every interaction and every experience. They never turn off their capacity for adapting to new environments or developing new skills. There is something inside them that hungers to know all they can know, to be able to master something that's related to their vision. It's an incredible level of persistence they can use to turn setbacks into successes and to be highly effective in influencing others. But persistence doesn't mean being immovable. Leaders are flexible, so they can make a change when something isn't working. Failure won't seem to stop them. They've failed before and always learn from it. Think of it this way: you persist for the outcome, but you flex your approach towards that goal. One mistake those who want to learn how to influence others make is that while they've mastered persistence, they've also become rigid. They doggedly pursue the same activities or goals they've had from the beginning, even when they are not working. Remember that persistence can work against you unless you pair it with flexibility. Let me say that again. Remember, persistence can work against you unless you pair it with flexibility. Be flexible. As a leader, be flexible. Know when things are not working, just know it and then make a change. A simple change by asking a simple question: what am I doing wrong, or what is going on here, can be a change or bring about a turnaround that you expect in your pursuit. And the last point we're looking at today is authenticity and congruence. Authenticity and congruence. A true leader leads by example. When attempting to influence others, they always walk the talk. They never ask others to do what they are not willing to do or have already done themselves. They lead from their core values and know that influencing others is meaningless unless it comes from a place of authenticity. You must have authenticity to create credibility, and you must stay congruent with your words and actions as a leader. Let me say that again. You must have authenticity to create credibility, and you must stay congruent with your words and actions. Without credibility, no one can lead and no one can be successful when figuring out how to influence others. All great leaders and those who have mastered how to influence people have stories of possibility instead of impossibility. People who tell the story of impossibility, the story of not being able to achieve something, they are not influencing others. They are not leaders. They've already given up. If you keep telling stories of how impossible something is, how impossible you can achieve your task as a leader, you are not influencing people. As a matter of fact, you are putting darkness in the hope of some people, because when they look at you as their leader and then they didn't see hope, you are not influencing them positively. Don't give up as a leader. Be authentic and be congruent. Be true to your word and make sure you lead with passion, with empathy, and lead in a way that people will be willing to follow you, and they will also become leaders that will have people that will follow them. Thank you very much for your time today. I'd like to stop here, and please keep liking, keep following us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Thread, and you can listen to all our teachings on Spotify. Thank you very much once again. Share this video and let's create a community where people can learn and improve on how to lead and how to become successful in life. Till I come your way again in my next broadcast, don't forget to dream big and succeed. Cheers.